Hello everybody, this is my lesson plan for the last step in my subject, the Didactics of Social Science. The lesson plan is broken down in many steps. In this case, is considerable breakdown, maybe 5 or 6 steps on face. Speaker name is Julie Pauline Parra. Topic of the lesson is descriptions. Objectives. The learners are able to basic descriptions. The learner will be able to answer the questions. Can you describe someone? This is the target of my lesson plan. The instructions. So the introduction. The second grade primary school. It's made up of 32 students. Of this number of students ranging between 2 and 8 years of age. It's a group that belongs to mostly in stratum 3. Moreover, I found in this group very committed students with the class, clever and intelligent. Furthermore, the following lesson plan aims for children to learn to describe in a basic and easy way. However, the following lesson plan aims the children to learn to describe in a basic and easy way. That learning strategy I choose is PPP, presentation, practice, and production. As a strategy in the linguistic component, there is a grammatical and textual part. So in the pragmatic component, there is a sociolinguistic on the linguistic. What's more, with hint the competence to be developed are linguistic communication, autonomy, and initiative to work in a group. Owing to learning outcomes. Children learn vocabulary such as tall, short, young, old, fat, thin, strong, weak, beautiful, handsome, clean, and dirty, among others. As well, students answered the guiding question as grammar. Following up, can you describe someone? Is that grammar answer? And so the lesson description, like a warming up, the students are asked to get up from their chairs and do a series of exercise proposed by the teacher, so that the students are encouraged and start the class with the best attitude, whereby it's important to the students feeling better when you start or before start your class. So development activities, the student is first present to the students, giving an explanation in grammatical and phonetics terms, taking into account the four skills of learning English: reading, listening, writing, speaking. As a second component, the practice will be carried out in this step. It's considerable that this step the teacher attends to each student so that they can develop a practice actives and practice through a guide. The guide is like this. In when your students able to um, found the difference and learn how the way correct you write, which is tall, which is short, and different vocabulary in order to understand that that relevant subject like a describe. This is the example of my guide of my students of the second grade. So on in the rest of the guide developed for the students of activities where the teacher is a guide actor of each phase of the guide. The students for their part are active agents. It's allow learning in a meaningful way, giving students the possibility to generate knowledge in a collaborative way, providing involvement to all class participants and taking into account each participation on balance. It's necessary to include the production in this phase that the students develop a series of activities proposed by the teacher. It's like, for instance, some games. In this case, the students describe words, the balance in the correct in order to spell the word. It's necessary to include the introduction in this phase. The students develop a series of activities proposed. How I tell us by the teacher as games in which the use of ICT is included because they do it with their tablets in a developed games. So for instance, the second game is like this, or another tools is like an example. Birds and the boobs in the correct order to make a sentence. When it's important to accompany the process of the students, it's like a significant for there. So to be continued, match the word of the pictures. By means of flashcards, the students relate the images to the content of the vocabulary to be learned. Then writing and strengthened. So proposing to the students that they write the request word next to it, taking into account the image. And like almost finals is an evaluation or assessment part like this. It's important to work in all abilities in your students. So for instance, that flashcards allow the students write and color the image. Taking into account is there are students of primary and the second or first grade, in this case second grade. It's the same exercise in order to put your knowledge like a describe, like a subject describe, write next to the image and color the image. It's important or significant that you put the students to write or to color any image. in order to motivate to comprehension. It's significant for the students. In the evaluation part, the students by means of a flashcards colors and write each corresponding work in relation to the topic learned about the descriptions. Like a conclusions, students learn in a faster way when they are intervened with games and didactic plans, when knowledge is integrated with other classmates, making it dialogical and collaborative, pretending that learning is a meaningful and includes active learning on the part of students, finding in the students a handling and mastery of vocabulary and spelling, the formation and function of words, the structure of sentence, um, the recognition of meanings, the intonation, although the later of being students of second grade. Moreover, with a beginner level is not so decisive, but it's taken into account in a significant way. For closing, the closing is given by asking the students questions like, what did you like the most about this lesson, or what did you learn is another question, in order to have a moment dialogic or interactive with others. The reference for my lesson plan, the game or the in my content in the all my lesson plan is found in Learning Kids, retrieved from Learning Kids British Council, that org word games describing one. Thank you for watching and for listening.